Namato Ratanatayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello, good evening everyone. So today is Thursday, the 8th of April 2021, and this is Achan Sujan from Warapani Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. So once again, I'm here with you all tonight. Good evening, Emma. Good evening, Margaret. Good evening, everyone. So, wind is slowly cooling down, and the snow has stopped, and gradually hope that the warmness will creeps in, so that we can enjoy a little bit of a warmness in our Scottish windy cold weather after having a few days of a 4-season in a days, now slowly moving towards warmness. And I remember every year we will be crying out for sunshine and a summer, and then thinking that when would be the summer, when would be a good weather. And by the time when we are still thinking of a good weather, winter just creeps in. In Nepal, there is a saying called Hati ayo fussa, like that, which means it's like, oh, it's coming, but it's not coming at all. So anyway, still we have more lighter and brighter days. So this is our life. Today I'm going to read this story, which is quite relevant to the current situation, I would say, as I was informed that a few people have emailed and saying that they don't have a time, and they were so busy, in despite of writing in their calendars and warnings and notifications in their mobile phones, and still forgetting to join the meditation sessions, and emailing saying that, oh, I've been thinking of joining and thinking of meditating with you and somehow forgot. And there was a particular a person who also was thinking of joining meditation sessions and listening the talks over 2 years. I meant, the email says, I meant to join with you, but unfortunately I haven't done it. And similar way, today I was visiting one family, and they were saying that would like to come to the temple, but I'm very old because I can't drive. It's a long way to walk. In the meanwhile, I would like to practice meditation, but I don't know how. So with these excuses after another, I thought that I would better bring this story from the scripture. Then it won't affect to anybody, but simply to encourage everyone to do not waste the time. And as we know that the prioritizing things, my tongue is just going back to the Nepalese tongue. I can't pronounce this. Prioritize. Right? Whatever we prioritize, that becomes the future. Like recently I was reading one post on Facebook saying that people will be thinking that over about £1,000 to invest for the future plan would be thinking that it's too expensive, whereas they would be happy to pay to buy this new iPhone, which is more than £1,000. And a similar way, in our life, it's up to us that which one we prioritize, and that leads to the future, and our future is based on that. And similar way, we haven't seen the benefit, many of them in fact haven't seen the benefit of the practice of a meditation, and as a result of that haven't prioritized, and as a result, despite knowing the benefit of it, we can't get it, and there is always excuse after excuse. It reminds me of this song sang by Faith, what is called her name, Faith something, from Australia. See, now again, I'm Buddhist monk, but sometimes I do listen to songs. Naughty monk. Yeah. So in this song, this Faith, I think Faith Hill is her name, and he's singing that, I don't have to read the magazine, I don't have to read, I have nothing to do, nothing to worry, this is my life, I enjoy, something like that. And that's same, and it's up to us that which one we prioritize, and that leads to the future. And if we have understood the benefit of the meditation, and I do believe that we will be prioritizing the practice of a meditation in daily life, and gradually we will get the benefit of it. I think I have mentioned previously that the practice of a meditation, do not expect instant results. It takes time. It takes time, and the more you have been practicing, and gradually you see the effect of the meditation. But if you are thinking that instant result of the practice, then you have failed from the beginning. You can't force to give a fruit, so it takes a lot of patience and dedication and continuous practice. And that is the practice. So when we are practicing in that way, eventually we will gain the benefit. And even without knowing, you will be changing. Without knowing, the people will see the changes in you. And this changes, again, not towards the negative, but towards the good, towards the better, and seeing the change in a better way. There was a question asked me saying that how can we change, the question was, how can I change my husband's behavior? The answer, then I told her that if you try to change him, you won't be successful. But if you change yourself, then that affects to your husband. Okay? So that's why it's a change that we have to develop by ourselves. So on this account, as I have said, that people were finding excuses, and excuses of getting old, excuses of not seeing the benefit of it and giving up the practice. So I thought that this story from this scripture, it's called the Connected Verses, and it's page number 853 if you would like to go and read it. So this is page number 853, and this is just the half, in the middle of the book. Okay? The story goes like this. Says, thus have I heard, on one occasion the Blessed One was dwelling among the Bhagas in the VMCtalk grove near Deer Park. Then the householder Nakulapita approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, sat down to one side, and said to him. Now this Nakulapita and Nakula Mata. There are two. So his wife is known as Nakula Mata, but doesn't appear who the Nakula was. But nevertheless, the story of Nakula Pita and Nakula Mata are highly respected and highly read about. It says that he said to the Buddha, saying, "I am old, Venerable Sir. I am aged, burdened with years." A burden with years basically means having a long age or old. Advanced in life, come to the last stage, afflicted in body, often ill. I rarely get to see the Blessed One and the bhikkhus worthy of esteem. Let the Blessed One exhort me, Venerable Sir. Let him instruct me, since that would lead to my welfare and happiness for a long time. Now this is Nakula Pita. Buddha highly praised him as a person who is the most trustworthy householder ever met by the Buddha. And he was very faithful and always visiting the temple and listening to the talks and converse with the venerable monks on the dhammas and practices. Now as he got old, and he is referring to himself saying that, I am old, I am aged, burdened with years, advanced in life, come to the last stage. Yeah? Come to the last stage. And then further on is saying that afflicted in a body, often ill, so unable to come to the temple to see the Buddha, Blessed One, and get the instructions. Colin is saying that impatient to practice. That's true, and not. Banteji, I made a big mistake and I'm in sorrow. I'm unable to live with my family and I'm always wanted to die, but my wife and children are going to get trouble without me, and by my mistake they are not going to forgive. Please help me, Banteji, what to do? Right. That's quite a serious topic, and I feel very sad to hear that you are going through this. Sorrow is something that you get when you when you are disappointed with something that you desire or lost someone who you loved. If you, I think it's the best way is, can you text me if you're living in England? Can you text me in the message, and I can have a personal discussion and then and have a chat with you, okay? And if not, then we can talk through the messenger later, maybe tonight after meditation, which is 8:30. If you're in the UK, then you can call me around after 8:30 tonight. And if you're somewhere around in Asia or in America, then again, just let me know what time is suitable, and then I will try to have time on that basis, so then I can help you. Okay. So this is, I think, it's really sad to know that you are thinking of taking this your own life, but still. So yeah, just text me, okay, and I will go. I can go through with you. Okay, so just text me, and I will find a time. And I'm so sorry at this time. Okay. And I don't want to go through this live to everyone. I can give you a special discussion. Okay. So anyway, right. So this is what Nakula Pita said to the Buddha. That's right, Colin. There is always a way. am not, there is always way. Can I please have a talk with you soon too? Emma, okay. Yeah, sure, why not, Emma? They can have a chat. Right, okay. Now, having seen these two messages from Emnath and Emma, my mind distracts now and worried about you both. Okay, and there's one other message. The message came through to me as well this evening, saying praying for a child too who's going through difficult time. Okay. First of all, what I can say at the moment is that I will keep you both, all three, in my mind, and everyone during this chanting after this talk, and bless you all. And then whoever wants to have a private chat, then you can text me, and so we can have a private chat. Emma, I know you are here in Aberdeen nearby me, so whenever you would like to talk, just text me, okay? But I'm not sure Nath, where he is or she is from. But again, always help available all around, and I'm happy to speak with you all if you need me, okay? Right, so this is the Nakula Pita who was getting old, and he felt that he's unable to go to see the Buddha and get advice from him. So that on that day, then the Buddha, after he said to the Buddha said that so it is, householder, so it is. The body of yours is afflicted, weighted down, encumbered. If anyone carrying around this body were to claim to be healthy even so a moment, what is that due to other than foolishness? Therefore, householder, you should train yourself thus. Even though I am afflicted in body, my mind will be unafflicted. Thus should you train yourself. And I think this is quite interesting topic here. Especially Buddha is saying that carrying this body and thinking that I am healthy is already foolish enough. Actually, there is no such called healthy. It's all changing at all the time. All the matter is how much healthier or how much able to deal with this. Every day we become ill a couple of times. When our stomach is empty, we become unhealthy. We want to eat something. And again, when we eat something different, then again you got the pain. Like yesterday, I ate a little bit of a spicy food, and it made me suffer all day. And I had to drink a lot of water, to make myself healthy. In the meanwhile, again, people think that I'm still young, and I should be very strong like that. But I do have so many other diseases too. But only matter is I just accept it. Like today, from early morning, it was 6 o'clock I had to teach, and then when I woke up at 5 o'clock, and I woke up with a very heavy and a sore head, and I thought, oh no. So I went back to sleep again rather than, normally what I do is I woke up, after I wake up at 5, I just spend my time relaxing and looking at my own body, and then spend time watching my own physical body for about 30 minutes, and then will prepare myself for the teachings. So, but today, and I thought, oh, it's so heavy head and so and sore head. So I thought, okay, I just sleep, and then I close my eyes and watching these pains that all the veins were just going through and watch it, and slowly, as I watched it, my mind went into the absorption, kind of absorbed with that pains, and I slept. And I set it the time like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and 5:45. That's to get to prepare myself. So, and then, without knowing, I was just in a sleep until 5:30, and then this alarm just went, and I just woke up, and so it feels better. Yeah, and that I felt better a little bit, and again, and I went out and brushed my teeth and washed my face, and I still feeling such pain, and so I put the cold water in my head all around, and dropping in a sink with the cold water for some time. I came back, and then I supposed to prepare, and I thought, okay, I'm going to meditate. So then I went for 15 minutes of a meditation, just to quiet and sit down and watching those pains and all these veins that are running and dip, 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 dip. It's like going to blast and like that. And again, I went into kind of in a calmness, and after that I was like feeling okay. So then I went and teach, and after teaching, I felt after teach there was about 25 minutes of silent meditation, and I went and meditate and looking at that pains, and then actually I exceed 2 minutes more than what it was, and after that I went to the chanting and a meditation. And so this meditation time, this morning's meditation, I told myself, okay, I'm going to rest. So I sat down and then watched those pains. So like that. So we all have different types of pains going on at all the time. It's a matter of how we deal with it. And the moment when we take this as a matter that it belongs to me, this is making me so much trouble, this is making me so much frustrations, so then it makes more suffering. Whereas when you accept it and try to deal with that with very objectively, then it's much easier to overcome. The moment when you say that, oh, this is my head, I'm getting this sore head and I can't do anything, then it becomes worse. It becomes worse. But whereas you accept it, okay, I'm having this pain now, what next? So sit down and then drink more water and drink water, like that. But having said that, doesn't mean that you're not going to take a medication if it's needed. You have to take a medication like I did. And after breakfast, I took what's called Nurofen, and then I rested a little bit. And then again, I had an appointment in a city, visiting one family to discuss, to see and bless. So I went. So like that, and I came back. And I came back, and another meeting about the center, and here I am. So when we have these problems, and when we take it as like, oh, this is I'm having, I can't do nothing, then it makes more worse. Whereas if we accept it and try to deal with that in different ways, okay, I'm having it, but not obsessed with it, then it's easier to overcome. Because everything becomes worse when you mentally becomes obsessed with it and complaining about it. And that's the moment we get more worse. As I said yesterday, it was so difficult when I lost my parents, and I even had to go to the counseling, and despite me practicing meditation and studying Buddhism. So that's how it happens. Despite of these, we do have to have some supports and help, and we can ask for it. So asking, don't worry that they will put you down. You just ask. And then do not expect. Some people may laugh at you, but it's not the problem. That laughing makes us more stronger. And there will be a people like ready to help. Like here, you can see Margaret is offering supports, and Colin is offering supports, like that. And me here, obviously here. Whenever you need, just text me, and even in a personal conversation, I'm happy to have it. Remember, I don't charge. It's free. Okay? But if you go to the counselors, then you have to pay. Okay? So remember that there is always support, and then you're not alone, and you're not just alone. Like even Colin had a difficult time last month after he lost his loved sister, and it was very difficult. Now he's getting back into his feet. Like similarly, Margaret had a very difficult time after tragic death of her husband. So that's why we all have these situations. The matter is we need some form of a support from one another, and then the important is you have to accept that you are having this, and then express to your close ones or someone who you trust, and that will basically help you to overcome. But doesn't matter what it is. The matter is, if you become mentally ill because of obsessed with the things that's happening, that becomes worse. So do not have that. All what you need is, okay, I'm having this. Okay, there is a way out. I'm not alone. There's many friends and relatives, and others are there. If you think that you can't trust your friend, you can't trust your relatives, you can trust me. Okay? But again, do not trust me completely. I can be very naughty too. Like here, I will tell stories like this too. I'm just joking. Anyway, all right. So I think it's time to say goodbye for now, because in a few moments' time, we're going to have evening chanting and guided meditation. You're most welcome to join with us. Okay? Until then, good night and see you shortly. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you. Sadhu.